Welcome back to Great Day St. Louis on this Wednesday morning. Mortgage rates have dropped to the lowest levels of the year. So is the housing market finally getting more affordable? It's time now for Money Matters, sponsored by JBL Financial Services. And this morning, we're happy to have CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger here with a fall housing update. Jill, it's good to see you.
Thanks for having me.
Let's get right into it. What is going on with home prices right now?
Well, I think these prices are still really high. I mean, the median home price nationally, it's just under $440,000. That's according to Redfin, and that's up 34% from just 5 years ago. I guess the best news to report is that the rate of those price increases that we saw, those huge increases early in the pandemic, that's slowed down. And frankly, in some of the once hot areas, like maybe in the Sun Belt, prices have started to fall from the peak. That said, it is still expensive to buy and carry a home.
And let's get into that. How important are these lower mortgage rates in this equation?
Well, look, it's obviously important. Most people are buying homes with borrowed money. That's why 2 years ago, when we saw those 30-year mortgage interest rates touching just around 8%, it was almost like a frozen housing market. Earlier this year, we were down to 7%. Now we're getting towards 6%. So it starts to feel like there's a little thaw in the mortgage market. I think housing economists really think it's going to take something closer to 5 to 5.5% to start moving the market further. You know, that's the level at which more buyers will be able to afford. But also, don't forget, there are people who own homes who would normally be moving up. They are unwilling to give up those 3 and 4% loans. But if it's 5%, not 6 or 7%, that's when they might start thinking about listing their properties and taking the plunge.
And I know that's a conversation millions of families are having all over the country. Let's break it down even more. You have all the money on the table. You have your budget out. You're saying, okay, I can make these monthly expenses. It's the down payment I'm having problems with. What advice do you have for potential homeowners in that situation?
You know, it's a huge hurdle, right? Because, you know, when you look at the median home price at $440,000, that means to get a 10% down payment, which is usually the recommended amount, at least 10%, that's 44 grand you have to save. That's tough. There is some assistance. In fact, there are over 2,000 different programs that help out with buyers. This is according to a company called Down Payment Resource. It tracks all of these programs nationwide, so you may want to check that out. I know that a lot of folks are turning to their families to be able to afford a home. Here's a little bit of unsolicited advice, gang. Just be clear, are you getting a gift or are you getting a loan? And either way, I encourage families to put this down on paper. You don't want there to be uncomfortable holidays in the future where one sibling says, why did you give my sister money but not me? Make it fair and square. If that's what you want, put it down on paper. No ambiguity here.
Good advice, as always, Jill. Thank you. And you can get more of her advice regularly on CBS Mornings and the CBS Evening News. And also for more analysis, go to JillOnMoney.com. This segment is sponsored by JBL Financial Services. Give them a call at 314-863-0008 or find them on the web at jblfinancial.com.